Hello students, welcome you all once again to my channel. Today we are going to learn two more reactions of aldehydes and ketones. First one is with iodine, which is called as iodoform test, and the other one is reaction with PCl5, that is phosphorus pentachloride. Okay, so put the side heading as number 7, iodoform test. IODOFORM-TEST, iodoform test. Okay. So, write down here the statement aldehydes and ketones containing the specific group CH3 C double bond O. Okay. So, containing this specific group can react with iodine in the presence of a base or an alkali to form iodoform, and this iodoform is in the form of an yellow precipitate. This is called as iodoform test. Once again I am repeating, aldehydes and ketones containing the specific group CH3 C double bond O react with iodine in the presence of a base to form yellow iodoform precipitate. Okay, and one point to remember here, students, this test is used to check the presence of the carbonyl compounds with this specific group in a given unknown compound. Okay, so let me show you the reaction. Taking acetaldehyde CH3 C double bond O H plus 3I2 followed by hydrolysis in the presence of sodium hydroxide. So the base taken here is sodium hydroxide, forms CH3. This is iodoform, that is yellow PPT, and the byproducts are HCOOH plus 3HI. Okay. So this is when we have taken acetaldehyde. Okay. Now I will show you the mechanism of this iodoform test. Put the side heading mechanism. Okay, so first let me show the mechanism of acetaldehyde reacting with iodine. So put A. So in this first step we have CH3 CHO plus 3I2 gives rise to CHI3, these 3 hydrogens and 3 iodines form 3HI. So, in the place of these 3 hydrogens, we get CI3CHO, that is triiodoacetaldehyde plus 3HI. In the second step, this CI3CHO undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of NaOH forming CHI3 plus HCOOH. Okay. So, how the hydrolysis takes place is, here the bond breaks up and here comes H, here comes OH. Okay. So, giving us CHI3 plus HCOH. Okay, this is the byproduct. So, if you combine these two steps, we can write the complete reaction like this. Okay, so CHI3 is the iodoform forming in the second step, HCOOH and 3HI forming as byproducts. Okay, now taking ketone. First step, CH3 C double bond O CH3 plus 3I2 gives rise to CI3 C double bond O CH3 plus 3HI, as we have seen in the case of acetaldehyde. Okay. So this is called as triiodoacetone. In the second step, triiodoacetone undergoes hydrolysis plus H2O in the presence of a base. The hydrolysis takes place in the same way. This bond breaks up HOH Okay, so what do we get? CHI3 plus, so what is the acid forming here? CH3, C double bond O, OH, that is acetic acid, CH3COOH. Okay students, so this is about iodoform test. Aldehydes and ketones react with iodine followed by hydrolysis in the presence of a base forming yellow precipitate, that is called as iodoform. Okay, so for what this test is used? This is used to check whether the carbonyl compounds are having this specific group, that is CH3 C double bond O in a given unknown compound. Okay, hope you have understood this one. Next reaction, put the side heading number 8, reaction with PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, reaction with PCl5. Put the side heading. Okay, write down the statement. Aldehydes and ketones on reaction with PCl5 produce, I am writing here, terminal and non-terminal gem dihalides. Where did we come across this gem dihalide, students? In the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Go back and check the video where we have discussed the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Okay, there we have learned aldehydes and ketones can be prepared using terminal and non-terminal gem dihalides. Okay, so here aldehydes and ketones react with PCl5 to produce terminal and non-terminal gem dihalides. Let me show you the reaction. Write down the first one, taking acetaldehyde. CH3 C double bond O H plus PCl5 gives rise to CH3 C Cl H. Okay, plus POCl3. This is phosphoryl chloride. So what is happening here? So this oxygen is going with phosphorus, coming out as POCl3. So two bonds are vacant here. Two chlorine atoms are coming to near the carbon. So CH3 C Cl. What is this called as? Do you know the name of this compound? This is called as terminal gem dihalide. What is the meaning of terminal gem dihalide? That is the two halogens or the two chlorine atoms present on the last carbon, that is terminal carbon. What is its actual name? Its name is 1,1 dichloroethane. Okay. Now let us write for ketones. Example, CH3 C double bond O CH3 plus PCl5 gives rise to CH3 C Cl. Here comes CH3 plus POCl3. Okay. So notice the difference between this one and this one. Here the halogens are on the middle carbon. Here the halogens are on the last carbon. Okay. So when they are present on the last carbon, they are called as terminal gem dihalides. If they are present on the middle carbon, then they are called as non-terminal gem dihalides. Okay. So can you name this compound, students? This is, if you number this compound 1, 2 and 3. So 2, 2 dichloropropane. Okay. So this is about reaction with PCl5. Aldehydes and ketones on reaction with PCl5, they form terminal and non-terminal gem dihalides. So aldehydes, that is taking acetaldehyde, we have seen they form terminal gem dihalides, and ketones, that is acetone, on reaction with PCl5 forms non-terminal gem dihalides. Okay, so in this video we have learned the reactions of aldehydes and ketones with iodine, that is iodoform test, and reaction with PCl5. Okay, thank you.